Namaste. Welcome to Mind Body Strength Online Fitness. And I'm Joe back with another yoga session that will incorporate pranayama, yogic breathing, and energy control into a series of various yoga postures. And today we will be doing some vinyasas. And a vinyasa is simply sometimes called flow yoga, but it involves doing one posture after another rather than doing one and then pausing to feel the effects. So we'll be doing sun salutations, which we practiced a bit in previous sessions, and then I'll also do a vinyasa with side bending poses. So to begin our pranayama or our yogic breathing today, let's come lying on our backs. And no, you're not going into Shavasana right away. You have to wait till the end for that. So slowly roll down and get very comfortable. Stretch your feet away from you and then slowly let them roll out to the sides. Tuck your shoulder blades under just a bit. Place one hand on the belly below the navel, the other hand on the stomach above the navel, and then we'll begin Samavriti breathing, which we went over in a previous class. And just as a reminder, Samavriti, Sama means same, Vriti means agitation or distraction, but this breath actually eliminates agitation and distraction. So with one hand on the pelvic belly and one hand on the stomach, we'll take a long, slow, deep inhalation, followed by a long, slow, soft exhalation, and then a normal breath in and a normal breath out. And as we're doing this breathing, pay attention to the movements of your body. Feel what parts of the body expand with the inhalation and contract with the exhalation. So let's begin. Long, slow, deep inhalation. Long, slow, soft exhalation. Normal breath in, normal breath out. And again, inhaling, feel your stomach rise, your belly a bit perhaps, the chest. And then exhaling, feel the belly dropping back, stomach receding, ribs relaxing. And again, normal breath in, normal breath out. And again, long, slow, deep inhalation, long, slow, soft exhalation. Normal breath in and a normal breath out. And now take your hands away from your belly and just have your hands down by your side, close to your side, not necessarily touching. And take a breath in and press your shoulder blades into the floor, opening the chest. And then exhale and just let everything relax. And now turn the palms facing up and inhale again. Press the shoulder blades into the floor, opening the chest. And then exhale and allow everything to relax. And now bring your hands by your side. Move my block a little out of the way. And we're going to be stretching the arms and legs a bit as part of our warm-up. So take a deep breath. And then exhale and begin to extend your arms out to the side along the ground. And then bring them over your head along the ground. And then stretch the left leg and left arm in opposite directions, really stretching the left side of your body. And then relax, and now stretch the right side, stretch the right arm away, the left arm away. And then relax. And now press both arms and both legs in opposite directions. Just taking a nice deep breath. And then exhale, relax. Inhale, extend your arms up over your head, bend your left knee, and squeeze that knee into your chest. And then gently circle the leg, going perhaps in a clockwise position, and then go in the other direction. So we're warming up the joints of the hip muscle. And now take hold of the left leg with the right hand and slowly draw it across your body to the right, and feel the stretch in the left hip joint. Hold here for a couple of breaths, allowing that joint, the muscles surrounding that joint to stretch. And then inhale, bring the knee back to center. And now take a hold of the left knee with the left hand and slowly open it out to the left. And feel the stretch in the inner groin. Stay here for a couple of breaths. And inhale back to center. And now go ahead and straighten your leg up to the ceiling and place your hand on the back of the leg, either behind the thigh or knee or the calf. And then circle the ankle and go in the other direction. And now flap the feet a few times, pointing the toes toward the ceiling and then the heels. And then taking hold of the leg with just the right arm. Slowly draw that leg across your body to the right. And again, we're stretching the hip, this time with straight leg. And now inhale, bring the leg back to center. Hold on with the left hand and slowly draw the leg open to the left. And again, we're stretching the inner thigh muscles, the inner groin. Hold for a couple of breaths. And now inhale, bring the leg back to center, facing the ceiling. And holding on again to the back of the leg, take an inhalation. And on your exhalation, slowly draw that leg toward your torso, coming as far as you can without pain. Hold here for a couple breaths. On your next inhalation, see if you can draw that leg a little bit closer. May not be able to bring it much closer, but maybe a little. And now we're going to do something that I call the 3 R's of yoga. And the 3 R's don't stand for reading, writing, and arithmetic in yoga. Instead, they stand for resist, relax, and re-stretch. So what we're going to do first is holding the hands firmly against the back of the leg. We're going to, with our hands, try to draw that leg closer to our body while the leg resists. So the hands are drawing the leg toward the torso. The leg is resisting. It just wants to go down on the floor and take a break. So resist, resist, resist. And then relax that resistance. Take a breath. Exhale and re-stretch. See if you can bring that foot a little further. And we'll do that one more time. Take notice of where your foot is in relationship to the ceiling. Maybe you can find a little mark or a pattern on the ceiling to tell where your foot is. That will help you see how much further the leg and foot are able to go. So we're going to do the 3 R's again. So first of all, resist. So your hands are pressing firmly against the leg and trying to bring it closer to you while the leg is resisting, 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 resisting. And then relax that resistance. And then re-stretch. and see how much further your foot was able to go from that previous mark on the ceiling. And now bend the knee and slowly bring the left foot to the floor and bend the right knee. Bring the right knee into the chest and slide the left leg straight along the ground. And then gently circle the knee, first in one direction and then in the other direction. Now take hold of the right knee with the left hand and draw it across the body to the left. And pause here, allowing the hip to stretch. And then inhale the knee back to center and change hands. Place the right hand on the knee and then drop the knee open to the right until you feel a stretch in the inner thigh and the groin area. So hold here for a few breaths. Now inhale, bring the knee back to center and straighten the leg up to the ceiling. Hold on to the back of the leg, either behind the thigh, the knee, or the calf, whatever you can comfortably reach. And then circle the ankle, first in one direction, and then change, circle in the other direction. And now stretch through the heel and flap the feet a few times. Maybe stretch the toes too. And then hold on to the leg with just the left hand and bring that leg across the body to the left. And again, we're stretching the right hip. So come down to your level of comfort, don't force. And then inhale and bring the foot back up to the ceiling. Change hands. Hold on now to the foot with the right hand and slowly open it out to the right. And feel the stretch in the inner groin. And then bring the leg back to center and hold on either behind the calf, the knee, the shin. And take an inhalation. And on your exhalation, slowly draw that leg towards your body, going as far as comfortable. Pause for a couple of breaths. And then inhale and exhale if possible. Draw the leg a little bit closer. You may not be able to go very far, but do what you can without pain. And now we're going to do the 3 R's on this leg. So first we're going to resist. So you're going to use your hands to press your leg towards your torso, and your leg is going to resist that pressure. So you're pressing your hands against the leg, and the leg is resisting that pressure, trying to return to the floor. So press, 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 resist, and then relax and re-stretch. See if you can bring that foot a little further towards your torso. And we'll do that one more time. So resist. Pressing the leg against the hand against the leg, resisting that pressure. Hold, make it firm, really press. And then relax the pressure, relax the resistance, and re-stretch. And see how much further the leg went this time. And then bend the knee and slowly bring the foot back to the floor. And then bend the left leg, so both knees are bent now. And we're going to do an exercise to warm up the spine, and this is called wave breathing. So lift your feet off the floor, place one hand on each knee, and take an inhalation. And then on the exhalation, bring your knees towards you, and notice that your lower back presses firmly into the floor as you do this. And then inhale, bring the knees back over the hips, and you'll feel the lower back lifting off the floor. There'll be a little space there. And then exhale again, bringing the knees toward the chest. Now that area that was lifted a little, now it's pressing firmly into the floor. And then inhale, bring the knees back over the hips. And now moving with your breath, just do a few on your own. Just notice the back moving with the breath. And that's kind of how the reason this pose is called wave breathing, because your back undulating is a little bit like waves lifting and then going back under into the sea. So begin with an inhale and exhale, knees back. And inhale, knees over the hips. And exhale, continuing the wave breathing. And inhale, knees back over the hips. And now release your hands and bring your feet to the floor. And slowly roll to one side. Press yourself up. And let's come into table pose. So the hands are under the shoulders. Make sure that the base of your thumbs and forefingers are pressing firmly into the floor. The fingers are pointing forward. And make sure that the wrists are directly under the shoulder blades to best support you. Now, we already warmed up the spine doing the wave breathing, so we'll skip the cat flow for today's practice. We'll simply go directly into extension and an abdominal strengthener. So this is sunbird pose. Go ahead and extend your left leg back and lift it. And then if you have your balance, extend the right arm up. And if you want to really activate your abdominal muscles, lift that arm a little higher than your shoulder. Move your body forward a little bit and breathe. And then go ahead, lower the arm, bring the hand back under the shoulder. Bring the knees back so you're back in table pose, and we'll do the other side. So extend the right leg back, lift it. The left arm goes up. And then if you want to strengthen your abs a little more, lift that arm above shoulder level and bring yourself a little further forward. You'll really feel those abs kick in. Take another breath. And exhale, bring your hands back to the floor under your shoulder. Bring your knee back, you're back in table pose. Pause here and breathe. And now we're going to go into downward facing dog. So you may want to separate your knees a little bit. Again, check that your hands are directly under the shoulders, base of the thumb and forefinger, pressing down to protect your back. And take an inhalation. And I have a visitor here. Turn the toes under and up you go into downward facing dog. And press the sitting bones back and up. Breathing. And affirm calmness radiates through every fiber of my being. Calmness radiates through every fiber of my being. And then take another breath in. And exhale, bend the left knee and bring the right foot to the floor and release. And then bend the right knee, bring the left foot to the floor or close to it, and then release. And inhale, look forward, and begin walking your feet towards your hands till you're in a forward bend. And then slowly drawing the hands up the shins. Hello, Mia. Mia is one of our resident cats, and she's not supposed to be in here right now, but she got in somehow. Bring your hands on the top of your thighs now. Press into your thighs and slowly come up to standing and stand in mountain pose. So your body, your spine is long. Bring your chin back just a little. Relax your shoulders. Press your thighs back a little so you're not tucking your tail. Stay here, take a few deep breaths, and affirm calmness radiates through every fiber of my being. Calmness radiates through every fiber of my being. And then relax for a moment. And we're going to do now what's called the energy breath. And I'm going to see if perhaps Mia would like to go into the hall for the rest of the class. So come on, Mia. Let's take a walk over here. And pardon that interruption there. So we're going to stand in mountain pose, and we're going to do the full yogic breath up and down the spine. So you may remember we have done this in previous classes. So we're going to be breathing up the energy spine. And if you remember, the energy spine runs parallel to the physical spine, except that at the medulla oblongata, the chakra point in the hollow space at the back of your neck, the energy spine tilts forward and ends at the point between the eyebrows. So as we're breathing, we're going to have the breath starting at the coccyx center, the tailbone, which is the first chakra. It will flow up the spine, through the medulla, and then bend forward to the point between the eyebrows. So as we're breathing, try to feel that breath. Close your eyes if you like, and begin taking a breath. So inhale, the breath starts at the tailbone, moves up the spine, through the medulla, and your inhalation finishes at the third eye or the point between the eyebrows. And then exhaling, feel the breath flowing back down the spine, finishing the exhalation at the first chakra, the tailbone area. Take a few more of those breaths. And don't worry if you can't feel the energy, just imagine it. So again, inhaling, try to feel it flowing up the spine, ending at the point between the eyebrows, and then flowing slowly back down. And one more. And now we're going to do a pose called the full yogic breath flow. So we're going to try to continue doing that energy breath, but we're going to do it while we're doing a forward bend, a nice, gentle, easy forward bend, and then coming back up and stretching our arms out overhead. So let me show you what this breath looks like. You have never done it before. First of all, you may remember that when we do a forward bend, for most people, it's a little more comfortable if you turn your heels out just a little so your toes are turned in and kind of lines up the hip joint with the thigh. So you want to do a forward bend, so give that a try. And we're going to start moving on the exhalation for the first one, so you may want to watch. So take a breath. And then on the exhalation, bring your hands close to the body. The palms are slightly down. As you bend over, bringing your belly over the thighs and coming into a relaxed forward bend as you bring your hands down the legs. And then on the inhalation, the palms are slightly turned up, and again, close to your body without touching. And then you reach up and stretch the arms up overhead. And then again, on the exhalation, bending forward from the hips. Belly comes over the thighs as the hands press gently down, close to your body without touching. Only come as far as comfortable for you. And then inhale, slowly bring the hands up the front of the body, reaching and stretching, reaching the arms up overhead as the breath finishes at the point between the eyebrows, and then again exhaling the breath out. And on this exhalation, just imagine that you're pushing away all negative feelings, sadness, anger, impatience, any negativity in the body. And then on the inhalation, as you draw the hands up, imagine that you're breathing in not only energy, but love, compassion, hope, patience, joy, all positive things. And then once more in each direction, slowly pressing away all negativity, leaving it, will go with your breath, coming down. And then last time, inhaling up, hands close to the body, inhaling love, peace, hope, joy, energy, and just expanding that energy up to the universe. And then exhale, circle your arms out beside you, expanding your aura. And then bring your hands back to the heart center, back to Namaste. And pause and breathe. And now, before we go into our vinyasas, our first vinyasa, which will be sun salutations, let's get a balance pose in. So we'll do tree pose, which is the most common balance pose done in yoga. So go ahead and shift your weight to the right foot. Actually, let's begin with our hands on our hips. So shift your weight to the right foot. Bring the left foot a little bit forward like you're going to take a step. And then turn that foot out to the side. Rest the heel against the ankle of the standing leg. Now make sure that this left hip is not up above the other one. It has a tendency to do that, so try to keep the hips level. Keep the standing leg strong, the thigh muscles activated. Bring your hands into Namaste. And then as you have your balance, inhale and stretch the arms up overhead, reaching tall, holding here, breathing, and affirm, I am calm, I am poised, I am calm, I am poised. And then inhale, stretch up, exhale, lower your arms back to your side, and come back and stand in mountain pose. I'm going to step back just a little so you can see more of the length of my arms as I bring them overhead. So for the second side, we're going to shift our weight now to the left foot, hands on the waist. Bring the right foot forward and then turn it out. Rest the heel against the ankle of the standing leg. Again, make sure this hip isn't lifting up. It has a tendency to do that. Keep the standing leg long and strong, hands at the heart. And then as you're ready, inhale and reach. Stretching the arms overhead, palms touching. Or if you like, you can bring the hands out to the side and have a maple tree instead of an evergreen. So hold here, palms together or out, and affirm, I am calm, I am poised, I am calm, I am poised. And then inhale, straighten your arms, stretch them up, and exhale. Bring your hands back to your side and step back into mountain pose. Pause here, focus on your breath, notice how you're feeling. And now we'll move into our first vinyasa, which is sun salutations. And we did a few of these in the last class, you may remember. So we'll begin with our hands at the heart center, and we'll do a couple of warm-ups first before we go into the lunge and the other parts of the sun salutation. So inhale, circle the arms up overhead, reaching, stretching. And then exhale, bending forward, bringing the belly down over the legs, coming into a relaxed forward bend. And then inhaling, draw your hands halfway up your shins to a flat back. Exhale, release back down to your level of comfort. And then inhale, circle the arms out to the side, reaching, stretching, maybe a tiny back bend. And exhale, hands at the heart. And we'll do another warm up. Now, remember, we're doing a forward bend. So if it's more comfortable for you to have your feet, your toes turned in a little, your heels out a little, do this for the sun salutation too. And do remember that you bend forward, you bend from the hips, you bring the belly down over the thighs. So you're not rounding the back until you get to the very end. So inhale, circling, reaching up, a little back bend perhaps, and then exhale, swan dive, bending forward from the hips, bringing the belly over the legs into your forward bend. Inhale, draw the hands up the shins halfway to a flat back, and then exhale, release back into the forward bend. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, reaching, stretching, taking up lots of space. And exhale, bringing the hands to the heart. And now we'll add the lunge. And we'll be lunging first with the left leg. So here we go. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding down into the forward bend, belly over the leg, not forcing further than comfortable. Inhale, hands up the shins about halfway to a flat back. And then exhale, relax back down. Place your fingers now on the mat and step your left leg way back into a lunge. And let's stay here for a few breaths and let the back of the cat get a nice stretch. And take a breath in. Exhale, slowly lower the left knee to the mat. Straighten the foot. Bring your torso up. And you can, for a moment, rest both hands on the right thigh. Taking a breath. And then if you have your balance, inhale, sweep the arms up, reaching, coming into Banarasana, the monkey pose. And then exhale, bring the hands to the mat. Straighten the back leg. You're on the ball of the back foot. And step the right foot back into up plank, not down dog, but plank. And then slowly lower the knees, belly, chest, chin to the floor. And then hands by the chest. And inhale, coming up into cobra. And then toes under, bend the knees. And push the hands into the floor, lift the hips up. And you're back in downward facing dog. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Then inhale, look forward, and start walking with your left foot and bring your feet forward towards your hands. You're back in the forward bend. And inhale, halfway up. Exhale, relax. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, reaching, stretching, a slight back bend. And exhale, hands to the heart, hands back to namaste. And now we'll do the same thing, this time beginning the lunge with the right leg. So inhale, sweeping, reaching, back bending. Exhale, arms out to the side, swan dive into that forward bend. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, fingertips to the mat, and now the right leg steps way back into a lunge. And then slowly lower the right knee to the floor, straighten the foot, come up and rest for a moment, hands on the thigh. And then as you're ready, inhale, bring the arms up, reaching and stretching. Exhale, hands to the floor, straighten the back leg, front leg comes forward, coming into plank, and then slowly lower yourself all the way down to the floor. Hands by the chest as you inhale, coming up into cobra. Press your hands into the floor, begin to bend your knees, turn your toes under and up you go into down dog. Here for a couple of breaths. And then inhale, walk your right foot forward, bring both feet forward so you're back in the forward bend. And inhale, halfway up. And exhale, release back down. And inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, reaching, stretching. And then exhale, bring the hands to the heart. And pause here. And let your breath slow down. Feel your heartbeat slowing down. And I'll repeat the affirmation. Salutations to the sun, to the awakening light within, to the dawning of a new consciousness among all beings. Salutations to the sun, to the awakening light within, to the dawning of a new consciousness among all beings. So, sun salutations normally, traditionally, are done at the dawn to greet the day and welcome the sun and thank it for the heat, the warmth, all of the wonderful things that it brings to us. But we can do it anytime. It's a good way to wake up and warm up in the morning. All right. So, we're now going to do another vinyasa, and this one will consist of a number of side bending poses that we have done before in previous classes. So we're going to come to the side of the mat and step the feet about one leg length apart if that works for you. Of course, if you feel unstable with your legs that far apart, you can bring them a little closer together. And then turn the front foot out. Would be your right foot, and activate the thigh muscles. Externally rotate the thigh muscles. The heel of the front foot should be in line with the arch of the back foot. And we're going to begin with this vinyasa with warrior two, second warrior pose. Then we'll go into a pose called reverse warrior, and then we'll go into what are we going to go into next? We'll go into triangle pose, and then we'll go into side angle pose, and then come back. So let's begin. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, bending the front knee, shin bone vertical. Make sure that that knee isn't rolling in. You don't want to injure the inside of your knee. That's the most vulnerable part. And then go ahead and turn that right hand up. Inhale into reverse warrior, bring the right palm up, left hand down on the left thigh. You can lift up a bit. And then briefly back into the warrior and straighten the front leg. And then extend that front arm forward, reaching, bending at the left hip, coming down and resting the hand either on the shin or ankle, or if you like, place a block by the outside of the left leg and let your fingertips rest on the block. Other hand goes up to the ceiling. Take a breath. Exhale, bring your hand down to your hip. Bend the front knee so the shin bone is vertical. And take your right forearm and rest it on the right thigh. And then bring the left arm in front of you, bring it up around and close to the ear, and really feel the stretch. Feel it all the way from the left hip up through the left fingers, breathing. And then inhale, sweep that top arm down in front of you, then stretch it up and slowly come back to standing. Lower your arms, turn your feet forward, and rest for a few breaths here before we do the vinyasa on the other side. So now, turn the left foot out, turn the right foot in, check that your heel and arch are in good alignment, and externally rotate that front thigh. If you don't want to bother with rotating it, just turn that front foot out a little bit and it will automatically externally rotate the thigh. And then inhale, stretch the arms, reaching. And on the exhalation, bend the front knee. Check that your shin bone is vertical. The knee is not rolling in. Turn your head, gaze out over the left arm. Couple of breaths in Warrior Two. And now reverse Warrior. Turn the left palm up. Inhale, raise the left arm up to the ceiling. Right hand goes on the right thigh. Gaze up and breathe. And then straighten the right leg. Bring the arms back so they're parallel. And we'll go into triangle. So inhale, sweep the right arm forward. Bring it down, let it rest on your thigh or shin. Or if you like, you can have it resting on a block. And then the other arm goes straight up vertical to the ceiling, holding here for a few breaths. Keep both feet firmly pressing into the floor, especially the outer edges of the back foot. And then bend the front knee, shin bone vertical. Rest your forearm on the knee, bringing your hand back to the hip. And then sweep that right arm forward, up and over your ear. And then just feel the stretch all the way from the right heel up through the right fingertips. Nice long stretch. And then affirm, I'm a fountain of boundless energy and joy. I'm a fountain of boundless energy and joy. And then to come out, inhale, sweep the arm down in front of you, reach it out, straighten your leg, turn your feet forward, and step your feet together, coming back to mountain pose. And pause here and rest for a few breaths in mountain pose. Let your heart rate slow down. Let your breathing return to normal. And now let's bend the knees and slowly come sitting on the mat. Coming first into staff pose. So your legs are directly in front of you. Press your fingers by your hips into the floor to lengthen your spine. Press through the heels. Press the legs into the floor. And just take a few breaths. And now we'll do a seated forward bend. So it's in a seated forward bend, like the other standing forward bends we've done. We want to allow the weight to be more on the inner heel than the outer heel. So you're turning your feet in a little bit to line up the sockets of the hip with the place where they join the upper thighs. And you may not be able to go very far in this pose. Please don't force it. If you begin to feel discomfort in your lower back, please let up. So we're going to begin by simply inhaling. We'll kind of lift the belly up and then bring it over the thighs. So let's begin. Take a deep breath, belly lifts. And exhale, bend forward from the hips, coming only as far as comfortable. Don't force, no strain. If you feel it in the low back, just let up a little bit. And let's stay here for 3 full deep breaths. And now if you'd like to try to come a little further, inhale and just feel like you're lifting your belly up and in, and then exhale and bring the belly a little further. Again, listening to your body, no forcing, no strain, just relax. And if you feel that you can go further, there's no strain in the lower back at all. Your body is completely comfortable. Then try it one more time, but please don't force. Please honor your limits today. So again, if you want to try going further, inhale, lifting the belly up, and then exhale, bringing it a little further down over the thighs. Keep your head in line with your spine. Stay here and breathe. And affirm, I am safe, I am sound. All good things come to me. They give me peace. I am safe. I am sound. All good things come to me. They give me peace. And then inhale, bring your hands back by your upper thighs and press yourself back up into a comfortable seated posture. And we'll now come down on our backs and practice bridge pose, which is a back bending pose, a counter pose for that forward bend we just did. So slowly roll down. And I don't like to use a blanket on my head for this one because it's a back bending pose. I don't want to round my neck up. So we'll start with 3 pelvic tilts. So take an inhalation, relax, do nothing. And then on the exhalation, slowly begin to curl your sitting bones up. And then inhale and let them relax back down. And again, inhale, sitting bones curling up like a scorpion curling its tail. And then inhale and let the buttocks and the hips relax. And now we'll go up into the bridge. So now you want to make sure your feet are firmly pressed into the floor, your arms, your hands. Take a deep breath. Exhale, begin to curl the sitting bones up. Your hands and feet, especially the big toe, are pressing firmly into the floor as you lift your hips up as high as comfortable. And then clasp your hands underneath you. Press your hands into the ground and tuck first one shoulder and then the other shoulder underneath you. Make sure that your buttocks are not sagging. Keep them lifted. Your upper chest is reaching towards your chin, the abdomen reaching towards your thighs, so the front of the body is long. Stay here and breathe into the openness of your chest and front body. Slow, deep breath. And affirm, I offer every thought as a bridge to world peace.
I offer every thought as a bridge to world peace. And then inhale and exhale. Slowly release your hands and begin to roll down, starting with the top of the spine and then rolling down one vertebra at a time, slowly coming down until your entire back is resting on the floor. And then lift both knees and just squeeze them into your chest and gently rock back and forth a few times, relaxing the hips. And then slowly bring your feet to the floor. And we're now going to get ready for Shavasana, final relaxation. So if you're comfortable, you can stay on the floor. Otherwise, if you need a drink, if you need a blanket over you, you need to get an eye bag, whatever you need to be comfortable, take a moment to do that. And then as you're ready, come lying on your back. I'm going to grab a drink of water. Might be a good idea for you to do the same before you lie down. Making sure you're hydrated. And then come lying on your back in relaxation pose. Make sure that your weight is distributed evenly between the right and the left sides of the body. Take a moment to press your feet away from your body, stretching the legs. And then on your exhalation, just let the legs relax and let the feet roll out to the side. And make sure that your legs are far enough apart that they aren't touching. Bring your shoulder blades a little bit down your back and then tuck them under for support. And separate your arms away from your body so there's space in the armpits and room for breathing into the upper rib cage. Open and close your jaw a few times to relax the strong jaw muscle. You might even want to move it around, open and close, move it around in circles a few times, whatever you need to do to relax it. And now take a slow, deep breath in and sigh it out. Another deep breath in and just let it go. And now bring your attention to your right leg and begin tensing the leg, beginning first with the ankle, the calf, the knee, the thigh, all the way up to the hips. Just hold that tension, and then on your next exhalation, just exhale and let it go. Let it relax completely. And now begin to tighten your right arm, the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the upper arm, all the way up to the shoulder. Hold that tension, and then exhale and just let it go. Let that arm relax completely. And now bring your awareness to your left leg and begin tensing the ankle, the calf and shin, the knee, the thigh, all the way up to the hip joint. And then exhale and release that tension. Just let it all go. And now the left arm. Begin tensing the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the upper arm, all the way up to the shoulder. Hold that tension and then exhale and release all of the tension and let that arm relax completely. And now begin to tighten the muscles of your hips and your buttocks and just squeeze and hold that tension. And then on your exhalation, just relax and let it go. Inhale the breath and exhale. Tighten the muscles of your abdominal muscles below the navel. Hold, squeeze in, tighten those muscles, and then exhale and let the belly relax completely. And now relax the front of your torso from the stomach through the chest. Relax the back from the lower back through the mid back and the upper back. Relax the right shoulder and the left shoulder. Relax the back of the neck and the front of the throat. And begin to relax your facial muscles, softening the skin on your forehead, relaxing the muscles around your eyes. Your cheeks are relaxed, very, very soft cheeks. Relax the tip of your nose. Relax your ears. Soften your upper lip, your lower lip. And relax the inside of your mouth. Relax your tongue. Relax your chin. And again, focus on those jaw muscles where so many of us hold tension. And just focus on softening the jaw muscles and letting both sides of the jaw relax completely. And now bring your awareness to your breath. And try to keep the focus there. I'll repeat the affirmation if you like. You can say it with me mentally. Bones, muscles, movement, I surrender now. Anxiety, elation, depression, churning thoughts, all these I give into the hands of peace and rest, relaxed and peaceful for a few moments longer. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. And now slowly begin to bring your awareness to the sensations of your body. Feel yourself lying here comfortably on the floor. Become aware of your surroundings. And now inhale the breath. And on your exhalation, press your lower back into the floor. Turn your legs so your knees directly face the ceiling, and then slowly bring the right leg toward you and the left leg toward you. Take another breath and slowly roll to one side, briefly resting your head on your folded arm. And then as you're ready, using your top arm to help, press your hand into the floor and slowly press up to a comfortable seated posture. Close your eyes and take 3 slow, deep breaths. And let's bring our hands to the heart center. Namaste. you for doing yoga with me, and I'll see you next time.